Our focus today is all about the 18 tips on how to improve or maintain your sexual functions. So these sexual functions are actually essential because, of course, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is actually considered to be a physiologic need, wherein its function is for everybody for reproduction. At the same time, this is also very important, especially with our knowledge in fundamentals of nursing, because, of course, sexual functionings are essential in order to continue human life. What's up, everybody? Good day to everybody. So welcome back to Brainbits TV, and today is a brand new episode of this channel. And of course, this episode is just a continuation of our Quaran-Tips, or our totally innovative personalized supplements or suggestions. So this is just personalized suggestions, or I made it myself for everybody's consumption. So our focus today is all about the 18 tips on how to improve or maintain your sexual functions. So these sexual functions are actually essential because, of course, according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is actually considered to be a physiologic need, wherein its function is for everybody for reproduction. At the same time, this is also very important, especially with our knowledge in fundamentals of nursing, because, of course, sexual functionings are essential in order to continue human life. So, of course, without this activity, humans might actually experience the process of extinction. So, in order for us to easily remember this 18 tips in order for us to maintain or improve our sexual functionings, I made a mnemonic. I made a personalized mnemonic, and that's gonna be the word sexuality functions. So, of course, it is composed of two words, and these two words are composed of the following letters. We have letter S, E, X, U, A, L, I, T, Y. And of course, the second word is functions. That's letter F, U, N, C, T, I, O, N, S. So these 18 tips in order to improve your sexual functionings are gonna be essential, because, of course, I made a study about this one, and I made a research about this one, and this is the 18 tips that I will actually be sharing with you today. Okay, so let's begin with our first word, and this first word starts with letter S. Letter S is sensual environment creation. So it is essential for us to remember that when you do your activity with your partner, there has to be a creation of a sensual environment, because, of course, this sensual environment is going to be essential for you to make sure that it's going to be a productive activity with your partner. So that is letter S. Letter S is sensual environment creation. Let's now have letter E. Letter E is eat healthy nutrition. So it is essential for us to remember that when we do your activity, or it is essential also for us to take into consideration that these activities are actually supplemented with, of course, good nutrition. So, of course, good nutrition entails consumption of vegetables and fruits, and at the same time, of course, there has to be accompaniment of your increase in hydration. So that is letter E. Letter E is eat a healthy nutrition. Let's now have letter X. Letter X is, I haven't seen any word that will actually gonna be good in order for us to have this letter, but of course, I connote this one with a word, and that's gonna be exercise of pelvis. Of course, your pelvis is gonna be essential for the activity that you are going to perform. So therefore, it is very essential that you are going to have an exercise with your pelvis. So therefore, the pelvis is actually being moved, and at the same time undergo contractions of the muscles, because, of course, this will be able to especially to perform some activity. So letter X is exercise your pelvis. Let's now have letter U. Letter U is understand the need of more sunlight. So according to studies, sunlight is very essential for us to reduce the amount of melatonin. And of course, this melatonin is going to be a substance that is going to be needed for an induction of sleep. So therefore, in order for you to prevent the risk of increasing sleepiness during nighttime, so therefore, it is essential for us to have an exposure to sunlight, because, of course, this will reduce the amount of melatonin. That's S, letter U, understand the need of more sunlight. Let's now have letter A. Letter A is avoid smoking. So, of course, nicotine is going to be a potent vasoconstrictor. So therefore, if this is going to be a potent vasoconstrictor, this will actually decrease the blood supply towards vital organs that is essential for sexual functioning. So therefore, it is very essential for us to avoid, and at the same time stop your smoking vice, or the smoking activity that you're doing. So that is letter A. Let's now have letter L. Letter L is limit alcohol consumption. Limit or avoid alcohol consumption. So it is essential for us to remember that this alcohol must have to be reduced, or it has to be stopped, because we know that the functions of our alcohol is it has a depressive effect. So therefore, this might actually depress the functions of our vital organs, which is necessary for the sexual functioning. That is letter L. Let's now have letter I. Letter I is issues on relationship are addressed. So of course, if there will be marital issues, or if there will be issues with regards to your partner, so therefore it is essential for you to manage that one as soon as possible, because of course issues that are not addressed, that might actually increase into an argument, and it of course that will actually probably progress towards a long-term quarrel. So that is letter I. Letter T is try to manage anxiety and stress. So of course, anxiety and stress cannot be prevented, but of course, it is essential for us to remember that we have to manage the anxiety and stress. So of course, in order in making sure that we're going to manage this stress and anxiety, we have to instill yoga, meditation, because of course, this might actually be of help, especially in making sure that of course your time with your partner is gonna be conducive for everybody. So that is letter T. Letter T is try to manage anxiety and stress. Let's now have letter Y. Letter Y is you exercise more. So of course, exercise improves the functions of your heart, so therefore it improves the cardiac contractility of the heart. So therefore, it is essential for us to improve your blood supply to vital organs, especially when it is actually needed for sexual functioning. So we're done with the first word. We're done with sexuality. Let's proceed now to our second word, and our second word is composed of the following letters: letter F, U, N, C, T, I, O, N, S. That's gonna be our second word. Let's begin with letter F. Letter F is find the right time to talk with your partner. So it is essential for us to remember that you're going to find the right time to talk with your partner, especially if there's a need for you to perform that activity. So according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, these are essential because of course it has its function for procreation, and at the same time it has its function to continue human life. Of course, without this activity, humans will usually experience, or human being will experience the process of extinction. So letter F is find time to talk with your partner. Letter U is it is essential for us to remember that we have to find ways to have unique positioning and style. So therefore, it is not that you're going to perform the usual missionary position, but of course you have to explore things. So therefore, it is essential for you to do your unique positioning and style. So in that note, of course, there will be longer satisfaction with your partner then. So it's very important for us to have this unique positioning and style. Let's now have letter N. Letter N is not to criticize your partner. So especially if there are things that are part of the limitations of your partner, as much as possible, do not criticize your partner, because of course you have accepted your partner of who and what he is, or who and what she is. So therefore, it is essential for you to accept what is the limitation of your partner. So therefore, you have to find ways, especially on making sure that that limitation is going to be part of the strength of your partner then. So as much as possible, avoid, or as much as possible, you have to say no to criticism with regards to your partner. So that is letter N. Letter C is communicate with your partner. So of course, it is essential for us to remember that of course there has to be communication that will actually exist with your partner, and of course the most important element of communication then is all about feedback. So of course, in order for us to have an effective communication, there has to be an appropriate feedback, it has to be timely, it has to be realistic feedback from your partner. So as much as possible, there is a need for you to communicate with your partner, because of course this will improve your development of trust, and at the same time this will improve the development of the capacity to listen. At the same time, the capacity to respect your partner. So it is good for us to take into consideration that there has to be an improvement of this communication, because of course it is essential for the improvement of your sexual functioning. And of course, this is gonna be good in order for you to improve your relationship with your partner. Let's now have letter T. Letter T is try herbal remedy. So of course, if there is an existing problem with your sexual functionings with your partner, so it is essential for us to take into consideration that herbal remedy can actually be of use, especially if, of course, there's a need for us to have a prolonged erection or whatsoever. So it is essential for us to take into consideration that there has to be remedy with the use of herbal medicine or an alternative medicine. So that's with the use of your tongkat ali whatsoever. So as much as possible, avoid the use of Viagra then. So if you're going to take into consideration your herbal remedy, so you could probably use your tongkat ali. So that is letter T. Let's now have letter I. Letter I is improve longevity. So when you are going to take into consideration your improvement of longevity, so it is essential for us to take into consideration that you have to have practice prior to the actual activity. So of course, by practice or by performing this activity prior to the real situation, so it is essential for us to have this activity, because of course this will promote longevity of your performance and later. So as much as possible, you have to have this activity prior to the actual scenario. So that is letter I. Letter I is improve longevity. So let's now have letter O. Letter O is observed and practice mindfulness. So it is good for us to remember that, of course, when you do this activity with your partner, of course, you have to make sure that that is going to be your focus. So don't have other focus other than the activity that you want to do with your partner. So as much as possible, observe and practice mindfulness. That is letter O. Let's now have letter N. Letter N is noise are lessened and tune out moment. So as much as possible, there is a need for us to make sure that, of course, there has to be lessened noise. So in order for you to focus more on the activity, you could probably use music that is actually going to be relaxing. And of course, that will actually going to be of help, especially in making sure that you have a wonderful experience with your partner then. So that is letter N. Let's now have letter S, and that's going to be stay honest with your partner. So as much as possible, of course, honesty is the best policy. So as much as possible, it is very important for us to remember that, of course, this honesty is going to be maintained with your partner. As much as possible, do not even try to cheat with your partner. So of course, this is going to be essential because, of course, being honest with your partner means you have this sign of respect, and at the same time, you have this capacity to listen. At the same time, there is going to be building of long-term trust with your partner. So that is letter S. Letter S is stay honest with your partner. So these are the 18 tips on how to improve or maintain your sexual functioning. So in order for us to remember this one once again, so I'll give you a recap or review of these 18 tips of improving your sexual functioning. So let's begin with the first word, that's sexuality. Letter S is sensual environment creation. Letter E is eat healthy nutrition. Letter X is exercise your pelvis. Letter U is understand the need to more sunlight. Letter A is avoid smoking. Letter L is limit alcohol consumption. Letter I, issues on relationship are addressed. Letter T is try to manage stress and anxiety. Letter Y is you get more exercise. Let's now have the second word, which is all about functions. Let's have the letter F. Find the right time to talk with your partner. Letter U is unique positioning and style. Letter N is no to criticizing your partner. Letter C is communicate with your partner. Letter T is try a herbal remedy. Letter I is improve longevity. Letter O is observe and practice mindfulness. Letter N is noise are listened and tune out moment. And letter S is stay honest with your partner. So these are the 18 tips in order for us, or in order for you to improve your sexual functioning with your partner. So I hope that I actually have given you information in order for you to improve your sexual functioning. So this is the purpose of this social series: information, education, communication. So these three elements are very important because of course this will give you awareness, this will give us information that is very vital for us to function and continue human life. So this has been Brain with Stevie. I hope that you are going to continue your subscription, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and it's gonna be a subscribe button with your clicking the bell buttons, especially with this channel, in order for you to be updated with the succeeding uploads of this channel. So this has been Brain with Stevie. What's in must come out, and what's out must come in. Keep coming. Bye for now.